Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Monsters podcast. I'm Ivan Vargas. As always, my man Luke Nettles. You got a beer?
Hell yeah, Bex.
Un Bex.
Going a little heavy tonight.
Go a little heavy. That's funny, dude.
Go a little heavy.
Man, let's get it started. Let's start out with that first game. I know there's about 10 minutes left in this Dallas Arizona game, which is for Dallas. It's abysmal. Let's save that for after we get to get the first game to you, which was Bills and Chiefs. Chiefs ended up prevailing 26-17, and it was a good game. It was a tough loss for the Bills. It was better than last week, I would say. They fared a little better on defense, but still a tough loss, at that. But for the Chiefs, they found a way to win. Their offense, eventually overcame that Bills defense, and it was sloppy to say the least. But the best teams usually win. You usually find a way to win. And like we said at halftime of that game, the Bills are going to have to find a way to run the ball, and they never got the traction. No,
and on the flip side of that, excuse me, they couldn't stop the run. That whole third quarter, like they showed the sideline, they showed Josh Allen, they showed all those guys, and not a single one of them looked like they even wanted to be there playing the game. And I'm sorry, like you have to be a leader, Josh. Let's go. Like I get it. You're
not playing with a lead. You can't just sit there on the sideline. That's some Jay Cutler shit.
Right. No, get over there and start firing people up. Don't go sit over there and pout. Get over there and start laying the wood to some of these people. Tom Brady ain't afraid to get over there and start chapping people up. Like he doesn't care. Like any quarterback, even Ben Roethlisberger. I've seen a lot of these guys, but that's also a difference of vets compared to younger guys. But you gotta get these people in it, man. You gotta light a fire somewhere. That's all that is. And Josh didn't even, like I said, in the third quarter, Josh didn't even look like he was. He's just let me just throw it. Let me just throw it over here.
He looked like he was already defeated. He was dejected. He had this dejected posture.
Yeah,
and that's not what you want from your quarterback. Like I said, that's some Jay Cutler shit. That's Jay Cutler. Not caring. Jay don't care. That's some Jay Cutler shit. You gotta want when you're down in a tough game like that where it's been close. You've lost the lead. They've gained a little room. Your quarterback's got to be. You got to find something because your quarterback should be that guy that motivates you, that gets the rest of the team fired up to at least make it close. They made it somewhat close, but it's.
They couldn't stop the run. It's plain and simple. That's why they lost.
Right. But you want them to at least show some fire. At least show that that you want to try to come back in this game. But you're right. They couldn't stop the run. They just couldn't stop the fucking run.
Yeah, when it counted. There was a whole drive where in the third, I don't even think Patrick Mahomes threw it. Maybe like later in the drive as they got closer, but it was like 20 runs in a row. It's props to Andy Reid and the coordinators and all that for seeing that. They're like, listen, they can't stop us. Look at Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams even had a pretty decent game. And now they're lucky Le'Veon wasn't playing tonight, or it would have been real ugly.
Right. Edwards-Helaire had 26 carries, 161 on the ground, long of 31. He was. I guess it wasn't just that long run. You know what I mean? He was on their ass all night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, especially late.
Right. So, and like you said, you had Williams. Mahomes had 10 carries. Jeez.
Yeah.
10 carries for 30. That's a little more than I want my $500 million quarterback. Running. If you're free and nobody's around you, by all means, sir. So I don't remember how many of those runs were pretty much free, where you could just go either take it out of bounds or slide. But That's a little much for my quarterback.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to give it up to Kansas City. They did what needed to be done in order to secure the W. It's that simple. That defense still to me is shoddy at best. Like I said, they did. Like I said, I think the way to beat Buffalo is just double team Diggs and get pressure on Allen, and it's a wrap. I don't think they can't muster much more. Even though Cole Beasley did show up tonight.
Buffalo has this it's. I guess you could call it an illusion now.
Mm-hmm.
They look good on paper. They produce the first 3-4 weeks of the season, and all of a sudden, when the competition started stepping up, they seem like they couldn't find they can't find their footing. Yep. They're having problems on defense. They can't stop the run, like you said, and they can't run the ball. Those are two things that you really need, especially with a team that, you're pretty much one-dimensional. You got to have one or the other. You got to have a really good defense or a really good offense. And right now you're missing pieces in both of them.
Well, they show flashes on both, and that's great. You can show a flash on offense. You can show a flash on defense. But if you're not doing it consistently, you're not going to last long in the NFL.
No. And you know what? It's tough because I like Buffalo. I like Josh Allen, but I don't think – I think we bit,
They've anointed him a little too soon.
I think we anointed him a little too soon. Let's see what they could do. The Patriots are struggling. You got, the Bills are there. Who else we got? The Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are surprised. They could challenge the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Jets aren't.
The Jets aren't. So they have room to grow, obviously, but they haven't really lost that much ground.
No. They're probably still going to win that division. Barring a complete collapse, because maybe Cam is going to vie for the spot. We'll have to see when those two play each other head to head. That's going to tell you right there. That's going to tell you everything you need to know in that division. It's either the Patriots without Tom Brady are still better than Buffalo, or Buffalo gets over the hump and decides to start taking things away from Belichick. It's that simple. But like I said, I think everybody has the blueprint now on how to beat Buffalo. You double team Diggs and you make a beat you underneath, and because they can't run
because they have no one else.
You take away their deep. You take away deep from them, and they can't do anything. Your front seven just has to stop their running back, and it's that's it. Outside of that, I think they're missing one more good receiver, and I think that would put them over the hump, or maybe even a better. I like Croft, and I really like Dawson Knox.
Right,
but maybe a better tight end or something. I'm not sure what it is at this point, but like I said, that just the way they were looking in like that third quarter, they just looked like the game was already over, and it's just like, no, you still have a quarter and a half to play. You still have 25 minutes.
If you're a team that's going to be contending, that's the last thing. Even any loss throughout the season, having that we already packed it in kind of look on your face, having that the game is out of reach, mentality. You might as well not even show up for the playoffs.
Yeah, Josh,
they're gonna fly if you become if you start to trail in a playoff game. Shit, after what you saw tonight, do you trust them?
No, but like I said, Josh Allen doesn't understand it. His demeanor and mannerisms. He says a lot without saying anything. Like if he's walking around looking dejected, game's over, the energy, people are picking up on that stuff. I didn't see not one person on Buffalo's bench the whole game walking up and down saying, "Come on, guys, let's go, let's fire it up." I didn't see not nobody. Not a coach, not a coordinator, not anybody. And you just,
not a soul was getting their team
yeah,
fired.
it's just like everybody's just like, well, it's the Chief. We're supposed to lose. Like, come on, dude. That's not how you. If that's the way you're gonna play, then just quit right now.
The Chiefs are suspect, man.
They
I really think the Chiefs can be touched. The Raiders touched them. The Raiders have gone up there and they've shown it. And we know teams progress throughout the season and the really good teams progress really well.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that I think that with the long run, Super Bowl run last year, COVID, all the shortened training camp, like injuries. I feel like the offensive line, the offense is either they're sluggish or they've lost a step, at least a half step.
Well, what it is everybody saw last year. So now you've got a year's worth of tape to look at these guys. I think the Raiders were able to beat them for the same reason I think Tennessee's going to beat them if they play each other this season, if not in the playoffs. Raiders beat them straight up physicality and speed. That's it. I mean, with the Titans, you got AJ Brown, you got Davis. AJ Brown's a big receiver, and I mean, take your pick. Like, who's not big on Tennessee? The offensive line, monsters. Defensive line, monsters. Running back, monster. Like,
everybody's giant, bro.
Like Tannehill is the only guy on that team that's not big. You know what I mean? It's just like they're just physical, and then you add Jadeveon Clowney with a little bit of speed on top of that. Like, man, I don't know. Tennessee to me, if Tannehill could keep playing the way he's playing and just managing the game, don't do too much. Don't try to do too much. Just manage the game. I don't see Tennessee really having much competition because they're just too big and too strong, man.
Well, they've taken out another opponent in the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a closer game than we thought, Luke. I mean, it was.
For sure.
I thought that shit was going to be a blowout. I thought Tennessee was going to – I thought they were going to go Henry and maybe like 2 touchdown passes from Tannehill
mm-hmm.
and walk away winning that thing 30-10.
Yeah, well, Houston's just they're trending on the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I mean? Like,
hold up real quick. Another touchdown on the board. Christian Kirk from
didn't pick him.
Kyler Murray.
Didn't pick him.
80-yard touchdown pass.
Kyler threw it though.
Kyler threw it. The Cardinals
Perfect.
are now up 20-0, about to be 21. Well, pending the extra point. Man,
yeah, this could be a slaughter.
This is getting bad. And you know what? Let's go ahead and just address this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
It started off real sloppy for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it was just like, okay, Cardinals. Zeke can't hold on to the football.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know what? Let's hold on. I wanted to talk about those Titans before because the Titans, to me, the Colts came back, but also the Colts lost to the Browns. The Browns got the ever living shit kicked out of them.
Mm-hmm.
By the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, the Tennessee Titans, I think they're the team. I think they're the elite, in my opinion.
I mean, there's no way you can't.
In the AFC,
right? I mean, there's no way. Outside of maybe, Baltimore. I don't know how well Tennessee would be able to run down Lamar.
Yeah.
But I think with Kansas City, I think now that they have Clowney and they can get somebody back there that can chase down Patrick Mahomes, man, I think that adds a whole nother beast to that defense. And they have the running back to match, even if Kansas City does have 2 backs that are great. Derrick Henry's still more of a powerhouse than both of their backs. So, that we wear down the Chiefs' front 7, and if you start letting those runs leak, then guess what happens? That secondary has to come down, and then guess what? We're going Corey Davis and AJ Brown over the top all day long. So I think Kansas City better get a little more crispy if they want to compete.
Get a little crispy. And we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. After the break, we're gonna get into hopefully it'll be closer to about halftime with this Cardinals-Cowboys game. But like I said, the Cardinals are now up 21-0 after an 80-yard touchdown pass from Kyler Murray to Christian Kirk. I don't know what they're gonna do, dude. I don't know what the Cowboys need to wake up. Andy Dalton has 24 yards passing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to dial up Chicago and get Mitch Trubisky because Dalton is not your answer. He's the redheaded stepchild for a reason.
Let's talk about that after this.
I just heard my favorite band is in town. I'd love to get good seats, but everywhere I've looked, the ticket sites have crazy service fees.
Haven't you heard of TixSplits?
Who?
TixSplits. They don't gouge you with crazy fees. The price they advertise is the price you pay, plus a small delivery fee.
Never pay service fees again. Go to TIXBLITZ.com today. TixSplits.com. Guaranteed seats, low prices. That's TixSplits.com. Every ticket, every venue, everywhere.
All right, we're back on the Base Monsters podcast on Sports Zone Chicago, and yeah, dude, like it's sorry they're moving the ball right now. I mean, it's getting closer to the half, so they need to score. It's rough watching it. I mean, it is the Cowboys. It's just rough watching it. Like you lose Dak, and then all of a sudden your offense can't do shit.
No, that's not it. You lose Dak, and guess what? Dallas is still the same shit team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. How many receptions CeeDee Lamb got right now? Zero. Why
does CeeDee Lamb have 0 receptions? Well, exactly. It's Andy Dalton. But you need I don't think Andy Dalton's the reason that they're being that they're not performing right now.
No. But I mean the problem. Like I said, Dak or not Dak, it doesn't matter. Dallas is still Dallas. They can't do anything.
They can't stop anybody on defense.
That's great. They could put up 40 points, but if the other team's putting up 41, what does it matter?
Right.
It's just like there's this. I don't know. Maybe Jason Garrett was better off staying in Dallas.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just this defense is just giving up. It's just the big play after big play after big play. An 80-yard touchdown pass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, that's inexcusable to me.
Yeah. I mean, just ask Atlanta. They did it all day long.
Atlanta did it all day long. I mean, it's Atlanta won, by the way, but this is just rough to see. 2 fumbles by Zeke are huge. You got one coming in, and it was one he had momentum going into that drive, and then another fumble right after his first fumble, which was a pass. What was it? A shovel pass in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, Andy was under pressure. He was just trying to save the down, whatever. I get it, but Zeke gets it, and then he tries to palm the ball, and it's like, come on, dude, you can't just palm it, put the ball down by the side of your hip. It's coming out every time once because those defenders are going to go for it. Like they see it, you throw it out there like a ham. You know what I mean? Like someone's going to try to take a bite out of it. Like, come on, man. Like
the rushing attack isn't doing too bad for the Cowboys right now. Zeke has 8 carries, 40 yards. Tony Pollard has 5 rushes, 25 yards. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's okay, But you cannot lose those fumbles, Zeke. You cannot allow those drives to stall, because I felt like they were going to score on those drives. I felt like they started gaining momentum. They got a few chunk yards, and then boom, fumble.
I'm telling you exactly what should happen right now. Like, if I'm Dak, I'm getting that leg better. I'm rehabbing. I'm physical therapy and the hell out of that leg. And I'm going to see about going to Chicago or anywhere else, because Dallas, hey, Dallas, you had your chance to sign that guy. You had the chance. Like the guy. What more did the guy need to prove?
Chicago will take chances on quarterbacks. We know
Yeah.
that.
Well, it can't be any worse. I'm not saying Foles is horrible. Mitch is leaning more towards horrible, but I would say Dak is leaning in the right direction. Any other team, and not just Chicago. I know Chicago could use him. Miami could take a look at him. There's a couple other teams out there. Who knows, man? Why not get him? And even if his leg's not 100%, get him. Keep him on the bench in Pittsburgh and let Ben have a last fling season, and boom, slap him in there. There's he needs to get out of Dallas. He needs to quit waiting on Jerry Jones to give him his money, and he needs to go somewhere where he's wanted, because not signing him last year, I think, was kind of a slap in the face.
It was a slap. They offered him over $100 million, but this is my thing. It falls on Dak and his agent. It falls on them, to be honest with you, because
you
knew the risk, and it's a sad thing. Nobody wished that on Dak. He was balling out.
No, yeah, he was doing everything he could.
On pace for over 6,000 yards. Dak was doing everything he possibly could to keep that team afloat, even with the losses.
Yeah,
the comeback against Atlanta, though, the almost comeback against Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Dak was able to keep them in games because pretty much this is how I look at it. Your defense can't stop a cold, and Dak had to go air it out and be a superhero to try to win you games. And he was doing it, but he was doing it.
Yeah, there's nothing more you could ask for the guy. It's unreal. And you see Dallas's defense on paper, and you're just like, wow, like these guys got a pretty good defense, and then then you see them play, and you're like, wow, they really don't have a defense.
They got nobody. Right now they're trying to. Right now Andy Dalton's got them going. I think they're in the red zone. I believe they're on 25 of the Arizona Cardinals with 1:06 left till half, and hopefully they get a touchdown here, because if you give the ball back to Kyler Murray with any type of time, and he scores, this game's over. If you don't find yourself two quick, I wouldn't say 2 quick touchdowns. If you get a touchdown and a field goal here within your next 2 drives, I think you're in good shape. But you got to stop them. You got to show that you can stop them. And the Dallas Cowboys, they haven't shown that they can stop anybody.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right there. My thing is, I think Arizona is kind of a sneakier team than people are letting on too. I think last year they kind of went through some growing pains. Kyler started getting his feet under him. But I really think that them getting DeAndre Hopkins has put a little pep in everybody's step, because now they know that they have a guy that can bust it at any time. And I think having a guy like that kind of picks everybody else up, saying, okay, look, now we got a quarterback that's clicking with the exactly what you want to happen. Kyler is clicking with DeAndre. I think that's putting a little more pep in their step than people are giving him credit for.
What Kyler Murray is? This is I'd say his coming out party, or his coming to age party, I guess.
Yeah.
He's been balling out. The Cardinals are up right now. D-Hop, he changed the team, because, like you said, now you got a guy that could go over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a guy that could get that safety going. Now you can and then boom, now you can hit underneath. Now you're stretching the field, and you have a legitimate deep threat to where you got to keep an eye on him, or 2 at all times.
He can challenge the safeties too. He's not afraid to go up and fight for the ball.
Right, and for a young receiver. For a young quarterback, that's huge, because you have a guy that you could trust, and you have a guy in case if anything, you could go and find that safety blanket and D-Hop.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I would worry about with Arizona is that people start catching on like the Bills, like just double team D Hop and let him beat you with somebody else. That really would be the only thing. I mean, I know Arizona they're a couple pieces away from really getting with it in that division. I was actually surprised to see the 49ers win yesterday.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about the West is that they all play each other tight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's similar. It's similar to like any division, but
Yeah.
for them out there, the Cardinals they've challenged Seattle when they were better, and the Cardinals were a lesser team.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They weren't they were of lesser talent. They challenged the Rams. They've been that thorn in the top team's side when they weren't good, and now it's just you can't say they're not good. They're just not the Seahawks, or what I mean.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and Russell Wilson's just spectacular. I don't care. I don't care if he has any haters. Then you just know there's a lot of ignorance out there because Russell Wilson is balling this year. It's just it's unbelievable.
Like if he keeps this up, he's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, he has to be. And I mean, the only other person really I can see right now, man, I wouldn't be surprised if old Tannehill sneaks in there too if he keeps going the way he's going.
Yeah, right, Tannehill. Why not? Why not?
I mean, and I would love that because he's been an underdog. He came in, he took so much guff in Miami. Like I would love to see him bounce back and just go basically from the cellar all the way to the pinnacle. You know what I mean? Like I would love that story.
The team for Ryan to win, the team would have to be successful.
For sure,
it would have to be successful. It would have to. I would say you'd have to get close to damn near. I would say it'd have to be an AFC Championship game again.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm 100% with you there. And the thing is, I think he can. The only reason I see or don't see Tennessee getting back to that AFC Championship game is if Derrick Henry gets hurt. If Derrick Henry gets hurt, that's going to it's going to make him have to throw and beat you. Right now, he doesn't have to throw so much because he can just hand it off and let the battering ram go to work. I think that if Henry stays healthy, I don't know because like I said, Ryan Tannehill doesn't have to throw 4 touchdowns a game, but guess what? He's doing it. You know what I mean? And his running back's still getting over 200 yards, so it's like, wow.
And
what do you do?
Yeah, I don't know what you do. And you know what? You got Kyler Murray. Also, he leads the team in rushing right now. 6 carries, 57 yards. Kenyon Drake 7 for 19. And Edmonds has 1 for nothing. You need to find. You need Kenyon Drake to get going. You need to continue to use Kyler Murray's legs. Like his escapability is a must because he looks like a faster Russell Wilson.
Yeah, a little smaller version, but like I said, let that guy start. I mean, because Russ didn't really start banging until his 3rd or 4th year. I mean, he was still decent right when he came in, but you saw that 3rd or 4th year where he really took that next step. Yeah. So, I mean, Kyler Murray and, they have DeAndre Hopkins. Who knows what's going to happen in the offseason? Maybe they pick up another killer wideout, or a tight end. I think that's what they're missing in Arizona really is a strong tight end on their offense. Kenyon Drake, I don't know, man. Like he's just I don't know. He's just one of those up and down guys. He's good one game, down.
Guy. He's a good platoon guy.
Yeah.
I think Kenyon Drake's, his greatest attributes would be exposed in a platoon type of format because you don't have to be the feature back. You don't have to carry the load. Just do what you do best in the game. Like just do what you do. You don't have to do everything. Just do what you do best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kenyon Drake. I mean, like I said, he was decent in Miami. It's Miami. I mean, you can't expect anybody to really go to Miami and just be great. This is with how bad they are and how mismanaged they are from top to bottom. But it's sometimes it works both ways. Sometimes it's the running back that can just run and run and run, and the quarterback doesn't have to throw. Sometimes you come across teams that could just throw and throw and throw, and the running back doesn't have to be that good. As long as you're handing it off every once in a while to keep the defense honest, sometimes that's all you have to do. But you also don't want your little your little quarterback and Kyler Murray, having to run all the time, and then maybe he gets up to the second level and just gets blindsided and broken half or something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want. I don't mind Kyler running, but like sometimes, man, it's just those freak plays, they do happen, and it could, you don't want your number one guy, because I mean, I don't know who their backup is, but I guarantee he doesn't have the chemistry with DeAndre Hopkins that Kyler has right now.
All right, guys, we're going to go to one more break, and then we're going to wrap up to halftime. I know we got you guys a little early and everything like that, but we wanted to go ahead and talk about that Chiefs game when it ended. I know we started a little late. I had prior engagements, but it is what it is. We got here to you guys. Make sure you know what the hell is going on, But we're going to take a quick break, and after the break, we're going to wrap things up.
I just heard my favorite band is in town. I'd love to get good seats, but everywhere I've looked, the ticket sites have crazy service fees.
Haven't you heard of TixSplits?
Who?
TixSplits. They don't gouge you with crazy fees. The price they advertise is the price you pay, plus a small delivery fee.
Never pay service fees again. Go to TIXBLITZ.com today. TixSplits.com. Guaranteed seats, low prices. That's TixSplits.com. Every ticket, every venue, everywhere.
All right, Luke. Let me know what you think about the second half. What do you think? You think the Cowboys are going to go ahead and try to scrape together some type of a respectable score?
I doubt that's going to happen.
You don't think this offense has been a second half offense? You never.
Dallas?
I mean, you never know. I mean, Andy Dalton's.
I do.
Dalton, but
nah, it's not going to happen. Dallas is done. They're done. They need to start taking it and beat the Jets to Tyler Lawrence at this point.
You think that's what they should do?
100%. 100%.
I don't know. That's quite. I mean, that's asking a lot already.
They should just call the Jets and be like, "Hey, you guys want Zeke? Here you go," and then just start dropping. Just start dropping. Get Tyler Lawrence in Dallas with CeeDee Lamb, the future. And man,
I don't think the Jets are going to want Zeke again, a running back with nobody else.
Hey, I mean, they gotta start somewhere. I mean, so what? You want to take Tyler Lawrence and not have a running back and make him throw 50, 100 times and then get David Card? No.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
Let's go. Who's the old Green Bay coach, old McCarthy?
That's your boy.
Let's go, McCarthy. Get Trevor Lawrence. Let's go.
He's going to get his ass fired after 1 year. I'll tell you that much. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna get to you guys in the post game to wrap things up. Man, this is I hope it gets better for the Cowboys. I mean, just for my sake, because I'm gonna sit here watching this trash. if it gets worse, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Oh, I can't wait to see Stephen A's reaction.
He's been talking shit all morning. All right, guys, we're gonna get to you guys. I'll see you guys in the post. Peace.